Welcome into another edition of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market. I'm Neil McCready, joined by Greg Jones of LB's Meat Market, Caroline McCready of Legacy Performing Arts in Fayetteville. Another big week on the show here as we're going to pick some games. Not as many games. We're only going to do 9 games. We've been doing 10 games every week, so we're just 9 this week because there's not a great slate of games. But we'll get to them here momentarily. First, I want to tell you we're brought to you, as always, by LB's Meat Market, 2008, University Avenue in Oxford, right across the street from Kroger. Let Kroger be your landmark, and then head over to LB's. You will not regret it. The freshest cuts, the best cuts of anything you're looking for, whether it's beef or pork or chicken or fresh seafood. They've got lunches on Thursdays and Fridays. They've got the stuffed jalapenos, the stuffed mushrooms. There's just so much there. If you walk in, on your left is the frozen case. Grab something out of the frozen case. If you're not in a super big hurry, it's going to be just as good, just as fresh. You're going to save $2 just by doing that. Super quick. And yet, if you want to go in and get the stuff that's ready to go, if you're in a hurry and you want to get home and immediately light the grill, you can do that as well. It's super fresh, always wonderful. Greg's very creative with a lot of his stuff. He'll help you. He's got a great staff. House-made sausages, I should say. Always new creative sausages there at LB's. Interested to hear about Greg's fishing trip in a moment. Caroline just got back from Austin City Limits. She saw some bands. We'll talk about all of that here momentarily. But first, hello to both of you. How are you?
Good.
Great.
All right, Greg, we'll start with you. You went gator hunting. You went fish hunting.
Yeah.
South Louisiana. Tell me about it.
Man, it was great. We always get a trip together once a month and take a group of guys down and go to it's called the End of the World, which is the last road. It's the last road that ends into the Gulf of Mexico. So it's in Venice, and first day we went and went red fishing. I caught like a big, huge Jack Crevalle, which is not a good food, not a good fish to eat. So, but it's a really good sporting fish. It was fun. Had a good time. We ended up going alligator hunting, and I did not shoot at anything. I just was kind of the cameraman. So I literally reenacted. I was the cameraman on an episode of Swamp People Friday night. So yeah, it was pretty wild. I mean, it was pretty crazy. You go in the Mississippi River, and there's canals through the river, and you literally throw a treble hook out there, and they're hanging out on the bottom, and you feel them, and you hook them and bring them into the boat. It was pretty wild. It was something I don't know. I mean, I'll go back and video again, but I ain't gonna pull the trigger or try to snag one. I mean, that's some pretty good. That's some pretty serious stuff. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was an experience. So, but yeah, we ended up getting about a 10-footer, which is equal to about a 30-year-old person. So I feel bad for killing them, but it was pretty fun sport.
It sounds scary, but you're back in one piece. That's what matters, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was never threatened. My life was never threatened by an alligator. So, I mean, I will say, once we did get him in the boat and everything, I knew that he, was no longer living, but his back leg would, and it was just, a twitch with, man, it was wild. I had a blast though.
All right, Caroline, you went to Austin City Limits, obviously in Austin. You went to 3 nights of concerts. Who'd you see?
I saw Lumineers. They were probably my favorite. And Mumford & Sons, Hozier, Niall Horan from One Direction, which that was funny because he sang One Direction songs and everybody knew him from whenever they were kids. And I think that's it. They were all really fun. I didn't see them. Kendrick Lamar was there, but I was at Lumineers instead. There were some that overlapped, so I had to kind of pick.
Foo Fighters was there, but you didn't see Foo Fighters, right?
I did not. Labyrinth was there. I don't know if you know who that is.
What's One Direction?
You don't know what One Direction is? Oh my gosh. There's do you know who Harry Styles is?
Who?
Harry Styles.
I mean, yeah, heard of him.
Okay, he's very famous now, but he used
I
to
mean,
be
if he walked into LB's, I probably wouldn't know who Harry Styles.
it's a boy group that like Cowell on
kind of like
X
NSYNC
put
or
them.
like back in the day.
Yeah, but they were like it's like little girls. When I was a little girl, we like obsessed over them, and now they're split up, and they each have like their own individual careers. So Niles one of the five, and he was there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I learned something today.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to get caught up on pop culture, Greg.
Yeah, I was just dying to know what teenage girls go get driven crazy over.
Because y'all were like
Taylor Swift.
you were like 9, 10, 11 when they were a thing, right?
Yeah.
And so
I don't think I was ever like a crazy fan.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see one of them.
It sounds like a cool event. I saw some of the pictures and videos of stores. It looked packed. It looked like it was a lot of fun. Glad everything was secure. And I was a little nervous about the whole Friday thing with the stuff.
I did have to leave one concert because I got super freaked out. I left Lil Yachty. He's a rapper, which I'm not interested in his music, but I went anyways. And I saw like a little boy dressed in all black, and I walked out. It was just freaking me out. So even though he's probably a little innocent little boy, but still.
Got to trust your gut. Better safe than sorry. Simple as that. I mean, no doubt. But I'm glad everything went well. They had a big crowd. It's always fun to see everybody have a good time. So I was glad. All right, ladies, gentlemen, it's time to do some college football picks. You both had good weeks. Greg, the good news for you is you went 6-4, had a strong week. You're now 38-36. You're over 500. The bad news for you is Caroline went 7-3. She gained a game.
Wow.
Caroline now 43-31, which is a really strong number. 12 games over 500. I mean, that's legit. People would be paying you for your picks at this point, Caroline. So
you'd be paying for getting school paid for right now.
Yeah, you could.
Wow.
Get what's left of your tuition just covered right there. All right, we're going to start with the. Excuse me, lost my voice for a second. We're going to start with the military game. We always pick these games when they play each other. Air Force undefeated after a win over Wyoming. They head to Annapolis. They'll play Navy, the United States Naval Academy. This game, I don't even have times. I think it's at 11 a.m. on CBS. Air Force is a 10.5-point favorite. Caroline, you're up first since you won the week.
I'm going to go with Air Force, even though there's an Oxford boy that plays for Naval Academy, which is cool. But
what's his name?
John Marr.
He was the quarterback for the Chargers, right?
Yeah, he's the grade above me. But he goes there, and his older brother went there. So pretty cool.
All right, Greg, she's going to go against the Oxford kid and go with the Air Force and lay 10.5 in Annapolis.
I'm going to take the Oxford kid. I mean, give me the Oxford kid and points. That sounds like a perfect bet for me.
All right, so you guys split on the military games. The Commander-in-Chief Trophy is what they play for. The Commander-in-Chief Trophy, the Air Force and Navy. All right, we go to the SEC now. It's the Arkansas Razorbacks finally back at home. First time at home since the middle of September. They play host to Mississippi State. Mississippi State had an open date last week. Arkansas lost another close one, losing by 3 at Alabama. Arkansas, Greg, is a 7-point favorite against Mississippi State.
I love Arkansas this weekend. They've just kind of had some bad luck. I mean, they're a couple plays away from having a really good record, and just a couple people not hurt, playing in games that, so I like Arkansas a lot. I think they should win by 2 touchdowns.
Caroline, at one point, I looked for us for tickets for this game, and tickets are hard to come by. This is a total sellout this weekend, which is surprising. Really? It's homecoming in Fayetteville. I know there's a lot of events and stuff, but total sellout for an 11 a.m. game.
I know, I almost considered going, but homecoming can sometimes be crazy, and we've just had a bad season, so I've kind of given up. But I'm going to go with Arkansas.
Okay.
We can do it. We can beat Mississippi State.
Both go with the Hogs. Yeah, I think you're going to win. I actually don't hate this game as one of my picks for McCready and Siskey. I kind of like the Hogs to roll here. All right, Caroline, the big national game, the game that has the most national title implications, is Penn State and Ohio State in the Big Ten. This game in Columbus, Ohio. Penn State is a 4.5-point underdog in the Big Horseshoe.
I'm going to go with Ohio State. They have a really good dance team.
Okay. All right, Greg. She's gonna in this game between James Franklin and Ryan Day and all the Big Ten stuff. She's going dance team angle. She's gonna go Buckeyes. She's gonna lay the 4.5 against the Nittany Lions.
I think it's a field goal game, so I'll take the points.
You know what? I kind of think Penn State might win this damn thing outright.
I mean, I think it could be a good game. I mean, it's just so weird. Like Ohio State and Georgia play up to their standards, and I think when they run into somebody, that gives them a good 4 quarters, it might, I don't know. I just like Penn State for some strange reason.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. All right, we go to the SEC now. Alabama is at home again this week after surviving the scare against Arkansas. This week it's Tennessee coming to town. Tennessee coming off of a win over Texas A&M in Knoxville last week. This game in Bryant-Denny, Greg, at 2:30 on CBS. Alabama's a 9-point favorite.
I never doubt Alabama. I mean, I've doubted them last week against A&M, and I paid for it. So I'm never doubting Alabama again, especially at home. So I think they'll win by 2 touchdowns.
All right, Caroline, last week Arkansas covered in Tuscaloosa. Does Tennessee do it this time?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tennessee.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, Arkansas came really close to Alabama, so I think Tennessee can.
Okay. All right. I'm not one to argue with you. You're on a roll. Another 2:30 game. This one on the SEC Network. It's South Carolina. They go to Missouri. This is the Battle of Columbia's. Columbia, South Carolina versus Columbia, Missouri. They have a trophy and everything. It's really stupid. South Carolina is a 6.5-point underdog at Mizzou.
I'm going to go with Mizzou. I like them.
Yeah, they have one loss. That loss to LSU, and other than that, they've been really good. And they were good in that game till the 4th quarter. All right, Greg, she's going to take the home team and lay the 6.5 against the Gamecocks.
I'll take Missouri with her.
Did you see where Shane Beamer kicked a Gatorade bucket, broke his foot?
I wonder if that's in the contract.
I mean, that's got to make you feel really stupid as a head coach, right? You tell your kids, be calm, be cool. Let's, one day at a time, all that stuff. And then you kick a Gatorade bucket and break your foot.
My nephew kicked an armadillo and broke his foot.
Oh, those things are like steel, man.
Yeah, he found out. Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
I think, he kicked an armadillo.
All right, Greg, the game here in town that everyone will be paying the most attention to, it's Ole Miss, the 13th ranked Rebels coming off of an open date. They head to Auburn, 6:00 game on ESPN. The line we're using, I sent it to you guys early in the week. It's up to 6.5 now, but we're using 5.5. Ole Miss minus 5.5, Greg, at Auburn.
I like Ole Miss. I think if they can get out to a good start, coming off the bye week, you're kind of sluggish, not up to games tempo. So hopefully they can, have a good first half and have a lead at halftime, and just because Auburn's had a lot of tough games lately, so they hopefully we can wear them down. But we should go in. I know the records isn't very wonderful to look at, but just a different team, a different attitude. Jackson Dart is probably finally healthy, and so who knows? But I think the Rebs should win by 2 touchdowns.
All of our content, by the way, brought to you also by Twisted Tea. Are you ready to elevate your college football game day experience? Check out Twisted Tea, your go-to beverage for college football fans. Twisted Tea, unlike any hard beverage you've had before, it's made with real brewed tea, packs a flavorful punch, 5% alcohol, no carbonation, delivering the perfect balance of taste and refreshment that goes down smooth for every game day occasion. There's no need to settle for the usual. Twisted Tea turns up any occasion, especially when you're cheering for your favorite team, whether you're tailgating in the stadium parking lot, watching at a bar, or hosting friends at home. Twisted Tea is there to elevate game day experience. It perfectly complements your love for college football, your passion for creating unforgettable moments. So let's toast to unforgettable game day experiences with Twisted Tea, the drink that fuels fun and celebrates your love for college football. Keep it twisted. All right, Caroline, he's taking the Rebels, laying the 5.5 at Auburn. What do you say?
I'm going to take Ole Miss too. I do not like Auburn. Yeah.
I think Ole Miss wins. I think it's a good game, but I think Ole Miss wins. I think you're both right. All right, we stay sort of SEC. LSU, Greg, is at home this weekend. It's a 6:30 game on SEC Network. LSU playing host to Army. So we're getting all the military teams this week. Army's a 29.5-point underdog.
I like LSU in the first half, but for some strange reason, I don't like them for the whole game. So if I was a betting person, I would take LSU in the first half, but in Army for the whole game. So give me the 29.5 points with Army.
All right, Caroline, he's going to take the midshipmen, not the midshipmen, they're the cadets and 29.5 in Baton Rouge.
I'm going to agree with Greg. That's a lot of points.
Oh, wow. Both of you going with Army to cover. All right, I go to the ACC now, Caroline. Duke is at Florida State. Duke, a 15.5-point underdog against the fourth-ranked Seminoles there in Tallahassee. This is a primetime game on ABC.
I'll go with Florida State.
All right, she is going to take the Seminoles and lay the points, Greg. 15.5 against the Dukies.
Is Duke's quarterback still hurt?
It's conflicting reports. Some people say he'll be back. Some people say he won't be. Riley Leonard trying to come back from the injury against Notre Dame.
Well, I'll take Florida State.
Okay, both going to go with the Seminoles. All right. One last game. Go to the Pac-12. Pac-12's been pretty active this year. This should be an interesting game. Utah is at Southern Cal. Southern Cal got it handed to them in South Bend last week against Notre Dame. The game that, Caroline, you got right. Utah is a 4.5-point underdog in Los Angeles against the Trojans. This game on Fox on primetime.
It's my turn, right?
Yeah. It's technically it's your turn. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can pick. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll go with Utah. I don't really know. There's YouTubers from Utah that I watch.
YouTubers from Utah that you like? What do they YouTube about?
Being a mom, and I don't really watch them anymore, but on TikTok she used to be on Dancing with the Stars, and her little sister's now on Dancing with the Stars. But she's from Utah.
You watch Dancing with the Stars a lot, Greg?
I haven't had cable TV, but I've been thumbing through some cable channels now that I've been living in a hotel and eating continental breakfast every morning. So yeah, I actually thumbed and I watched like 2 minutes of it. Just a little too much for me.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's an interesting show.
The guy on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, is he a host?
He's a host. He won though a few years ago.
He won?
Yeah, he won.
Oh my goodness! I would have never guessed.
Yeah, there's a meme that's a real famous meme where he's like doing like
he's
that.
dancing.
Yeah,
they're taking like a tour, all of like the pros, and they're going to Nashville. They're going to Jackson. So I might go to Nashville, like fly to see Campbell, make it a whole trip. But
they're going to Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
How about that?
And Biloxi. They're going to Mississippi twice.
What a show that'll be! Can't wait to see that. Greg, we can say we're going to go and get lost and just go find a bar somewhere.
I don't know if I can get stuck in Jackson nowhere.
All right, she's taking Utah, Greg, and getting 4.5.
I'm gonna take USC. I'm gonna take them to bounce back at home. Maybe that was just a little bump in the road.
All right, Greg's going to take the Trojans. Caroline takes the Utes. So y'all have some disagreements this week. Air Force, Navy, Penn State, Ohio State, Tennessee, Alabama, and Utah, USC. So some interesting games to keep an eye on. Again, Caroline, 43-31. Greg, 38-36. All right, what do you guys have planned for the weekend?
Dad's weekend.
What do you have planned for me?
We're going to go to dinner in Bentonville on Friday night. Saturday, I guess, go watch the game somewhere. Dinner. There's a tailgate at Cayo. So yeah,
I'm excited about it. I'm excited to meet all.
Don't you have a routine, a spot that you always go to when you go to Fayetteville?
I've got 2 or 3 places that I like to visit. There's a couple of places. Yeah. There's a cocktail place that's fantastic. I like to go to. There's a place called Feed and Folly that I like a lot.
Yeah.
Got a Dixon Street Liquor has a great beer selection. Sometimes we'll stock up there a little bit. Yeah, I like Fayetteville. It's fun. And it's fun because the girls are there. I mean, well, Caroline's there. It used to be the girls were both there, but now Caroline's there. So I like it. What do you have planned?
Yeah,
Greg?
I'm gonna work Saturday, and then I'm gonna go to Keeneland on Sunday. Weasel my way up to Lexington. Then go see. There's a sale. There's a big horse sale Monday, Tuesday. So I'm gonna go to the sale on Monday, and then go see my filly in Churchill on Tuesday, and then come back on Wednesday. Get ready for homecoming.
Yeah, get ready for another week here. Yeah, okay, we'll be back. Let's see, real quick. People that want to get in touch with you, Greg, this weekend, they're grilling at home, getting ready for Auburn and Ole Miss, whatever.
Yeah,
how do they
always call the store. Yeah, always call the store 662-259-2999. We've got the plate lunches Thursday and Friday. I think I'm going to do chicken bacon ranch on Thursday, smoky bacon burger, pulled pork sandwich, and we do the Philly on Friday. I'm making a big batch of boudin. So I'm making a big batch of boudin. I'll make 2 batches. I'm going to make a regular boudin, and I'm going to make a seafood boudin. So that's got crawfish tails and shrimp. It's a little different. It's almost kind of like a Cajun Creole, like etouffee. It's got a really good flavor. And I got those Wagyu strips that I got in that I sent you. Those look really nice. And of course, seafood. We'll get some shrimp in tomorrow. And Mama said don't run out of lane trains. So we're just not going to ever run out of lane trains. So we always have those 2 for $20 on Wednesday and Sunday. And then whenever it's not Wednesday or Sunday, we do them 2 for $22.
All right, we'll be back next week with another edition of the show. It'll be Ole Miss getting ready to play Vanderbilt at home for homecomings. We'll talk about that game and the rest of the slate with Caroline and Greg. So for Caroline McCready, for Greg Jones, I'm Neil McCready. That does it for this edition of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market. If you're traveling this weekend, wherever headed to Auburn or wherever, please be safe, be careful, and we'll talk to you again next week. Take care.